Well, it was a very well-attended session, which isn't always the case for the first session, and there was good audience participation in the way of questions, so I think the panel hit people's hot buttons. What was the takeaway? I think the takeaway was pretty clear that the global economic turmoil still gives Russia a big chance to win in both its own domestic markets and in export to China. And the key challenge that might obstruct Russia winning is investment and forest productivity. So the discussion focused on what the risks were and how what needed to happen to invite and encourage more investment, and there was a lot of discussion on the biggest enabler of increasing forest productivity, which is to rewrite the forest code anticipated next year to allow intensive forest management and reforestation, which will triple productivity in the forest and reduce the road issue. So those were my key takeaways. But Russia has an opportunity to win. Well, I understand that view, but it is not that drastic. The WTO will reduce protection over time. But the Russian market wants that anyway. They don't want to pay a premium for a substandard product, and they don't want to pay for pollution and ecological damage. And what competition allowed by the WTO will put even more pressure on investing to keep Russia's industry competitive and ecologically friendly. This has to be done. This will make it tough for those who are not ready to do that, but it'll make it a level playing field, and it will open a lot of enabling doors for those that will invest, and hopefully it will cause the government to open the doors to a few more incentives to help more companies invest and stay in business. But I don't think it's drastic and gloomy. It's necessary in the medium term. Well, we are just now completing $1.4 billion worth of investment with a new bleach softwood kraft line in Bratz, which is in the startup phase. The recovery boiler is starting up this week, and we'll then continue with the commissioning through January and get it into commercial production during Q1. This is the biggest project in Russia's recent 40-year history. And the other one is in Koryazma, where we're just getting ready to commission Russia's first new paper machine in 25, 30 years. And that will make office paper and be followed in April with a coater that will produce coated free-sheet papers in Russia. Coated paper in Russia, it's still a growing market, and it's 100% imported. And so by being a low-cost domestic producer, we are intending not to displace all of the imports. We know we can take a high-service, profitable niche and take the growth in the market and maybe displace the weaker importers. But yes, there's a future in it, and our next view on the future is to continue to grow in value-added paper products, probably coated paper board for the domestic market, and more pulp for China.